Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Finance on Your Terms. As always, I'm your host, Mike Banasiak, and thanks for joining me this week. So one of the questions that was submitted to me was, all right, I've got a 401k, how much attention should I be paying to it? And I think that fits a lot of our situations, whether you have a 401k, 403b, 457, or some other retirement plan at your place of employment. How much attention should you be giving it? And the answer, this is me being vague and maybe a little sarcastic, is you should be paying enough attention for you. That usually does not mean you should be looking at it every single day or 5 times a day and looking at the balance and how it's changing throughout the day. What that does mean is you should be consistently, once a month or once a quarter at least, asking yourself some basic questions about that retirement plan. Because yes, you should be paying some level of attention to it because this is your retirement. This is your future, and this is your opportunity to save now so that you can live the life that you want to later on. So a couple of the questions you should be asking yourself, one is, how much are you putting away into it? And when it comes to retirement plans, budget is always going to get in the way of that question, how much you're putting away. We all have budgetary limitations. I get that. But you should be setting yourself a target to do so. And typically what I tell my clients is that we should be, at some point down the road, targeting putting at least 10% away into that 401k or other retirement plan, and then working upwards from there to try to get to 12%, to try to get to 15% plus. But a lot of times, if we're contributing 6% now, to look at 15% down the road, that's tough to do. So let's set some targets to say within 2 years or 5 years, I'm going to be contributing this amount into that retirement plan. Know how much is being taken from every single one of your paychecks and have a goal to increase that. The second thing you should really be paying attention to is what you're investing in. Usually within a typical retirement plan, you have a set list of investment options. Sometimes it's 10 options, sometimes it's 50 options. It depends on the plan. Know what those options are, and if you need to talk to an expert or an advisor, great, do so. But are you invested appropriately based on your age, your risk tolerance, and your situation? What are the different investments in your account, usually mutual funds? What are they investing in? Does that fit your target allocation? Does that fit your objectives? Does that fit your situation? So know what you're invested in. Sometimes we go and look and say, well, I haven't looked at this thing in 5-10 years. Oh my gosh, I had no clue that I had 50% of my money invested in small cap growth stocks. Does that fit what I'm looking for? Is that a diversified portfolio? So look at your account statements. A lot of times they'll come quarterly. Are you contributing enough to meet your target? What is that target? And then what are you invested in, and does that appropriately fit your situation? Hopefully these are some basic questions that you can ask yourself, and again, it doesn't have to be every day, but every so often to keep yourself on track to meeting that retirement goal. Thanks for tuning in this week. This has been Finance on Your Terms with Mike Banasiak. I'll see you next week.